First is our expert panel, entertainment reporter at news.com.au, Bronte Coy, and media writer for The Australian, Sophie Elsworth. Ladies, welcome back to the show. Fabulous to have you. Soph, I'll start with you. I've just spoken about how Kate engages really well with the public. You journalists tend to be very good at judging authenticity. How do you perceive her?
Well, Caroline, she's really, a normal middle-class British woman, as they refer to them as commoners. And now she's risen up through the ranks of the royal family, and she'll soon one day be Queen Consort. And she just does everything so eloquently, so beautifully. She cannot seem to put a foot wrong, and people can see through if you're not genuine or authentic. And I have not been able to see this with Kate. She is very engaging with the public, remembering she was one of them before she married into the royal family. So she knows what it's, to be like to be from normal middle-class British families. So journalists can see straight through it, the public can see straight through it, but I think what you see is what you get with her.
And Bronte, great to have you back from the UK. From your time on the ground during the coronation, what did you glean about how people felt about Kate and the way that she engaged with them?
Well, it's great to be back, and one thing I can tell you for certain from being there is that Kate is the absolute jewel in the crown, so to speak, of the royal family. She's the future. They absolutely love her. I was actually at a pre-coronation event where she and William turned up at a pub in Soho in London. And at these royal occasions, when there's two royals, they split up immediately and go and talk to either side of the crowd. There was excitement for both of them, but I cannot overstate how wild the crowd went on Kate's side. They just love her. From speaking to the dozens and dozens of British people while I was there, they don't have a bad word to say about her, and that goes across the board. That was almost the one common theme when people didn't, a lot of the Generation Z were saying they don't know if they support the monarchy. Of course, the older generations were a bit more supportive. Across the board, though, they all love Kate. So she's really endeared herself to the public, and she absolutely is a star player, and I think that Charles would very well know that.
Speaking of star players, Bronte, I love the video of the Queen and Paddington bear for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. It's won a BAFTA, we hear.
Oh, I know, this is just fabulous. So this video, if you haven't seen it, you should absolutely watch it. This adorable sketch was done for the Platinum Jubilee celebrations last year, and it's the Queen hosting Paddington Bear at Buckingham Palace, and they're having tea and marmalade sandwiches. It's really cute. And that, of course, happened just a few months before the Queen passed away. So when she died, Paddington became sort of a symbol of the country's grief, and there were a lot of Paddington bears left at the tribute sites. And so it's won a BAFTA, this sketch now, and it's a really fitting tribute. It was labelled the most memorable moment of 2022, and you can absolutely see why it's won that, given now how we're going to associate Paddington with the Queen. It actually wasn't the Queen's first ever BAFTA, though. She won one in 2013 for her support of the industry, but certainly this is a really nice tribute to the Queen and a great way to honour what was a really cute moment in the Platinum Jubilee celebrations.
Sophie, I really like this video because it gave us that great insight into the late Queen and her sense of fun. Going back to the authenticity point, it's one of those moments, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Caroline. I was in London on the Mall when they first played that video at the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, and the crowd just went crazy. It was such a gorgeous and memorable moment. And the Queen shows that she really has a sense of humour. It really brings out her personality, and what a beautiful moment and a wonderful thing to be able to look back in time and see how she was loved so much by the British and the world, and she had that fun side where she could sit down and have a marmalade sandwich with Paddington Bear.